Hello YouTube world, I hope you're having a good day today, and thanks for joining me for another video. I'd say over the years, of all the videos that I've done on my YouTube channel, videos of my trains running in action, maintenance fix problems, modelling techniques and little ways to solve things in the hobby that I've done, and reviews of course. This is a very special video to me today to make, and for me to do this is a great honour, and I hope that you enjoy this video as much as I do making it. This is a tribute video to someone very special in my family that unfortunately and sadly I never ever got to know or meet, because he passed away way before I was born. He passed away about 1961, I think, something like that. It's my great uncle Percy, and my great uncle Percy was a senior fitter at Stratford Works, hence the 38 plate. And growing up as a small boy, I always had an interest in railways. I think ever since I was a young child, I was able to push a Lego brick around the carpet and make train noises. That was it. I knew that I loved trains. I lived next door to the Central Line, so I saw trains every single moment of my life growing up. I actually lived at number 62 Claremont Road, Leighton E10. That's where I lived as a small child and grew up. And across the road, in the corner house, just behind Cattle Road Bridge, was my Auntie Doll's house, and Uncle Bill Scott lived there. Well, Auntie Doll was previously married to my great uncle Percy, and Uncle Percy, I said, worked at Stratford Shed. So I never really put the connection together until much later on in life, when I decided I had a really strong interest and passion for railways and for trains. So much so that my first job was based on the East Anglia and Eastern region of the railway. I used to cover Stratford in my job, so I knew Stratford quite well, and it was quite interesting to walk around those places that possibly my great uncle Percy had worked and seen. One of the interesting things, though, I always felt drawn to Stratford as a child. In particular, I used to go train spotting every Sunday and sort of photograph and record all the trains going to and from Stratford Station around Temple Mills, or the freight workings and shunting and so forth. But I never even understood why I was drawn to not only to the railways but also to Stratford. And it's only more recently that I've put the missing piece of the puzzle together, and that missing piece of the puzzle is my Uncle Percy. Up until recently, I didn't know what he looked like, and through the wonders and powers of social media and the internet, I was able to track down and very joyfully find some long lost cousins. And we shared some great photos that we have a family, and some of those photos that I received was of my Uncle Percy, and it was just so interesting to see those. So this is why I want to do the video today. It's a tribute not only to my Uncle Percy, but as a tribute to the locos that definitely came in and out of Stratford Works to be serviced and repaired, and also ran in and around Stratford and the Great Eastern Line between Liverpool Street and Cambridge and Norwich. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to get some locos out today that would be very appropriate for 30A, and I'll just talk you through each and every loco. And I hope you enjoyed the video today. So here's to you, Uncle Percy. I'm so sorry we never ever got to meet, mate. But you know what? I hope wherever you are, this makes you smile. Have a good day, YouTubers, and I'll see you in a bit with some locos. Okay, well, first up in the review lineup of all the different Eastern Region 30A locos is going to be the old Thompson L1. Now the Thompson L1, and a couple of these at Stratford. These are big old tank engines, these were, and this is my Hornby weathered version. Here she comes, you can hear her. She's just pulling through the station now with a couple of suburban coaches behind it. There we go, that's Thompson L1. Well, my Uncle Percy definitely would have maintained those. I'm just going to pull it up at the level crossing so we can get a little bit of better look at her. There we go. So that is the Thompson L1. Okay, next up is the Y14/J15 class, which is a good old traditional Great Eastern machine. And there she is on top shed, and she's been there since 4 o'clock yesterday morning, so she's well and truly ready for service now. And these are amazing little Great Eastern locos, and definitely these my Uncle Percy would have definitely maintained, and seen loads of these at Stratford. They were very highly successful built locos, and they were so great that they just built loads and loads of these at Stratford, and they were very good at what they were designed for. That was mixed freight and freight workings, the odd passenger and light workings, but mainly they were a freight engine. And you would have seen loads of these in and around Stratford area during the days of steam. Anyway, I'll bring this one out of shed and we'll get her on a short little coal train working. So let's just get to the other side of the layout, and hopefully you can see her coming out the shed. And she's away. I think this J15 also goes well with the layout, not because it's Great Eastern themed only, but because recently I added the 4th rail section of the London Transport side of operations. So again, it looks like the section between Leighton and Epping that was electrified with 4th rail in 1947 for the Central Line. And I'll just get a shot of her coming to the station in a minute. Here she comes. There we go, the good old J15s. Let's see what we can bring up next. Okay, up next, our next Great Eastern theme loco, 30A loco should I say, is this really handsome Gresley K3 from Moguls, and he's coming through the station now, just easing away across the level crossing. Now, the K3s were a mixed traffic engine. They could work quite happily with freight as well as passengers. And I like to think my example, which is the weathered version from Bachmann, is a true Great Eastern engine. If you look at the lines, these really had that nice chunky look about them. I'll just get it coming through the station. So there we go, there's the Gresley K3. Right, next up we're going to go a little bit bigger. We've got the B1 class, which is a true Great Eastern loco. These are lovely, these are. It's going to come through just under the High Street Bridge in a minute. There she comes. Complete with coal, ready for the day. Right, and she's away. And behind this B1 is a rake of Eastern Region Mark 1s, and you would have seen those definitely in service during the sort of mid-50s. I'll just slow her down a little bit so we can get a little bit of a closer look. So there we go. Here's the B1. A good Stratford engine, that one. And again, my great uncle Percy probably would have maintained those, definitely without a doubt. Okay, let's see what we can have next. Right, another iconic loco next up is the 9F. Now Stratford, I think, was one of the first sheds to have the 9Fs, and they're an absolute beast of a loco. They are huge. Now I'll just give you a quick still shot of this before we get her on the way. They really are quite nice looking locos. And one of these is in preservation, Black Prince, that was owned by formerly wildlife artist and conservationist David Shepherd. But Stratford definitely had a 9F, and you'll now see her running. There we go. Let's see what comes up next. Okay, this is definitely one for the photographers out there. This is two B-17s double heading. This is Thorpe Hall and Sandringham, both of B-17 classes and definitely 38 machines. So here we go. Here they come. The lead loco is Thorpe Hall. And then behind that you've got Sandringham and the little J15 trundling around on the other track as well. Don't they look nice? Look at that. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Bit of clinker in the firebox there. What I'll do, I'll slow these down so they can go past the level crossing here at a little bit of slow speed so you can have a good look at these. there we go. Couple of B17s. Right, let's see what's up next. Right, next up for this 30A lineup is Stratford's finest, or to me the Great Eastern's finest, the Britannia class. And so here's my Britannia 7004, which is William Shakespeare. And there she is. Superb locos these are. They were designed mainly for the Hook Continental services between Liverpool Street and Harwich Docks and up towards Norwich. Very nice locos. And definitely, again, my Uncle Percy would have definitely maintained those. These are built about 1952 onwards. The most famous Britannia that's preserved at the moment is Oliver Cromwell. Well, I say preserved, it broke down the other day. But these are great locos. Anyway, let's get this one underway. So there we go, Uncle Percy, this is for you. This is the Britannia. And this is William Shakespeare. And she's away. Pulls those raker mark ones with no problem at all. There we go, there's the Britannia. Let's see what's up next for 30A. Okay, next up on our tribute to 30A shed is, we're now moving over to the diesel area, so about 1959 onwards. So coming round at the moment, we've got, it's class 37. And this is a unique loco because it's actually been released with the 30A shed plate on the side of the cab door. Class 37, that's a definite Stratford machine. Actually, that was the first class 37 to be delivered to Stratford in about 1959, 1962 onwards, I think. Was that loco there. And then coming right next to it is class 31. Had a Stratford engine. 31s were always found at Stratford. Two most common types of locos you could ever find at Stratford 30A was the 31s and the 37s. And then trundling round on the third circuit Another faithful to Stratford shed was the Class 08 shunters. So there we are, Class 31, 37 and Class 08. Okay, so I think I've got about 2 more locos to do and then we are through. So let's bring up the last 2 locos in this tribute to 30A shed and my Uncle Percy. Okay, last and final collection of Stratford 30A loco, so we've got that one there going round. I'll get it in a minute when it comes back round, but coming round on the outer track we've got a Class 40. This is the Class 40 diesel loco. Had quite a few of these at Stratford in the beginning. So it is classed as a 30A loco, unofficially. And then coming round on the inside track you've got Class 47 in BR blue, and that is the County of Norfolk. That's a distinctive nod to family connections. How about that? Come on camera, focus. That's better. Come on a little bit. I'll just bring these round so we can have a little look at these. There we go. Let's try and zoom this in. County of Norfolk. 47170. Yeah, these definitely were Stratford locos, the 47s. I mean, later, certainly in the 70s, this colour scheme is the 1970s corporate blue livery, and the grey roofs on these 47s were very common at Stratford. So that's definitely a Stratford loco. Let's bring the Class 40. It's creeping through the station as I speak. I left the brake off a little bit, so it is creeping through. Let me just put it out of its misery and bring it down here. There she comes. That's the Empress of Canada, class 40. I'll get it around that way so we can see it from that direction. So there we go, 2 Stratford diesels, definitely 30A diesels, and I'll bring out the final 30A loco. Stand by. Right, here is the final loco of this 30A tribute video. It's a class 16 North British diesel loco, and these were originally at Stratford. They didn't go anywhere else, I don't think, as far as I know. Right, there we are. Now, these were quite an oddity really. They didn't last that long. They only lasted a few years actually. They were scrapped because they weren't very great. They had lots of mechanical problems on them. And I know for a fact that my Uncle Percy, he didn't like diesels at all. He hated the things. He was a steam man, so he would have actually not liked these too much. He probably would have slipped inside the shed one night with a cutter's torch and cut them to pieces probably. Anyway, that's the last of my diesel locos for the running session, and also the last loco of the 30A shed tribute. That's it. I don't think I've got any more 30A related locos. I've got quite a few London North Eastern locos, but that were based in different parts of the region. But certainly not a 30A. This video has been about locos that you would have seen back in the day at 30A shed Stratford. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and once again, thanks for watching, and I'm glad that I was able to share a little bit of interesting family history with you on YouTube. Anyway, wherever you are out there in the world, have a great day, and I will see you soon.